know, it's the simplest game ever. When you sit on the floor like I am here and your child is here with you and there's a ball around, what you're just gonna do without even thinking about it is you're just gonna roll that ball towards them. So when you play ball, when you roll a ball back and forth with your child, there are so many things happening there. And so this simple little game of rolling a ball back and forth, I just want to kind of dig into it and see everything that your child is learning when you do this. For one thing, what you do when you pick up the ball and you roll it at your baby is you are initiating play. And in a sense, you're modeling how to initiate play. This is something that we want our children to be able to do when they get older, when they're around other children, and you want them to be able to play with others. It's a really big deal. Parents, we all want our kids to be able to play with other children. When you initiate play and interact with your child like this, and you do it intuitively all day long, every day, I know you're already doing this, I just kind of want to spotlight what's happening when you do it. Developmentally, there's a lot going on when you just play ball back and forth. For one thing, there's a lot of gross motor movement. Whenever you roll a ball, and depending on the size of the ball, I've got, little bitty ball here, and I've got a gigantic ball. Well, you can imagine if I had this big ball and I rolled it towards a toddler, then they would probably be able to catch it because, for one thing, it moves slowly because it's so big and it's kind of soft. But also it's easy to grab. And so this is a great one to start with, is a big ball. You can use like an exercise ball, well, maybe not one that's gigantic as big as your kid, but one that is big enough for them to grasp easily. You know, those kick balls that they have at the grocery store, those bins of like playground balls, those are perfect. That's a great size for our littlest ones. So when a child catches the ball, that is a great skill. When they push the ball to you, that's another big motor skill that they're learning. When they push it and then release it, releasing it with their hands, that's a skill. When they get it in their hands and they have to squeeze it shut, that's a skill. That capturing of the ball, when you play roll back and forth and you put your legs out and they've got their legs there and you created this diamond shape for the ball to stay in, that is a requirement for them to think about what it is that they're going to do with their body. Also, the great thing about doing that is that it doesn't allow the ball to go rolling away. You keep it right there with you. Cognitively, some intellectual things that are happening, ways that your child is learning to think about new things in new ways when you play catch. They have to anticipate what your action is going to be. And you can even play with this anticipation and you do this naturally too, where you'll, pretend to throw the ball, but you don't throw it. By doing something like that, you are helping them to anticipate your action, watch you, look at your face, look at your body, and interpret what it is that you're doing that gives them the information that they need in order to respond to you. That is a way that it encourages intellectual development. Another thing that it does, it helps grow language skills. And obviously you're going to be talking as you play with your child like this, but there's a lot of nonverbal communication that happens when you roll a ball, and you can kind of exaggerate this as you play ball with your child, and that is to not use words, but instead use gestures or just kind of some nonverbal communication. You can go like that when you're getting ready to roll it, or you can use your eyes to communicate, hey, here it comes. When you do that, it seems like, such a small thing, but really teaching a child to look at your face, understand what it is that you're communicating as you use your face to talk instead of your words to speak, that is a really great thing for them to learn to do and to be really good at. And so play ball with your baby. Make it challenging. As they get a little older, you can start out 2 feet apart, maybe 1 foot apart for crying out loud. But as they get older and you want to make it more challenging, you can go further apart and of course think of different ways to get the ball to them besides rolling. You can toss it and those kinds of things. And so use your face to communicate and have a ton of fun. I know that you're going to love playing ball with your child.